Wednesday, places like the Cincinnati Museum Center and the Cincinnati Zoo can reopen. The zoo, of course, has been ready. Director Thane Maynard talked about how it's adapted to the changes with Courier Market Engagement Director Kelly Snyder.
Thanks so much, Kyla. I'm super excited to be here with Thane, Fiona, and Bibi. So, Thane, we have some questions for you. When COVID restrictions were put into place, you adjusted quickly by transitioning some of your programs to virtual. How did you do that?
Hey there, Kelly, and thanks for joining us. I'm going to show you Fiona. She's hiding here. She's kind of a ham. She really likes when visitors come and when people pay attention to her. I think she's missed everybody the last couple months. Like every business everywhere, we had to be flexible and adapt. And so we did pivot to, especially for school programs, start to offer virtual programs, virtual tours, virtual animal experiences that you wouldn't be able to get otherwise. And that was important because reaching schools and education is a big part of what we do. But over the past few years, especially since the success with Fiona, probably the main thing we do is reach people online through things like Facebook Live. And so our marketing team came up with the idea, let's do every single day a Facebook Live where a keeper comes down and they're with a Fiona, or they're with Chris the cheetah, or they're with Tessa the giraffe. Is she being a ham or what?
She is awesome.
She loves people. The success of those was remarkable. Partly, I think, because people do love beautiful animals. They love hearing heartening stories from the keepers who take care of them. And partly because people had a lot of time on their hands when this whole thing first broke out. So we had quite a run with that. And people were very generous on things like Facebook Live. You can touch a donate button, and all the donations were small, but they certainly mounted up. And that was very good because, of course, we were not open for months. Whoop, she swam away. We'll look for her.
That's awesome. So I know you've learned a lot by pivoting how the zoo is doing business right now. Do you have any key takeaways to share?
Well, you know, we wanted to make sure we were still communicating with our key supporters. And so many of those are sponsors, corporate sponsors and others, including First Financial. And so if they are sponsors of the zoo, how do we work with them so that even though we're not crowded with people right now, that they feel they can get the value that they had in spending marketing dollars at the zoo, and we could get the value of reaching people. And so again, through things like Facebook, Facebook Live, YouTube, we have huge YouTube following, certainly on our zoo website. I think we made it a win-win for our sponsors as well as for the public who get such a big kick out of seeing animals like Fiona.
That's awesome. So because it's been so successful, do you think you'll continue to include a virtual element to your programming once the zoo reopens, which is hopefully soon?
You know, it's an interesting question. Historically, we always think of the real value of the zoo as the experience right here at the zoo, coming and seeing the animals in person. And yet increasingly today, people expect and want content that they can see easily, quickly, they can pull it up. And so I wouldn't be surprised if we continue to offer lots of virtual programs, things that 25 years ago we called distance learning. Today, we are trying to just do it online. For instance, for the month of June, our Zoo Camp, which is an incredibly popular program with local families, is virtual camp. Now, starting in July, actually at the end of June, but starting basically in July and August, we'll have regular zoo camp with kids running all around the zoo. But for this month, we're going to continue with virtual camp. And so far, people are having a lot of fun with it because they're doing kind of what you and I are doing. From home, they can see what's going on here at the zoo in a way that you wouldn't get to see otherwise.
Sure. Wow. Well, thank you so much. Can you give us one last shot of Fiona before we go?
Absolutely. Here she is. She's looking good.
Aw.
She's right there next to her mom. She's very pleased that the keepers brought some lettuce out, I'll tell you that.
I bet. I hear she likes the romaine lettuce.
They're chow hounds right there, but there she is.
Oh, perfect last shot. That's awesome. Okay, Thane, thank you again so much.